Hello creative friends, this is Joy. So I decided at Christmas time, since I had some time off, I'd make this quick little Christmas journal. So I cut some cardboard into 6 by 6 panels, and I covered the front of them with white gesso. And then here I'm spraying on some Adirondack color wash and espresso, butterscotch, lettuce, and cranberry. And then with a paper towel, just kind of wiping the color to cover the whole panel. And then I'm adding more to the panels as I go and see that more color needs to be added. And at the end, you'll see that I kind of just do a spritz of the espresso on each of the panels to give it more of a distressed kind of look. I've made several of these little journals, and I really have been having a lot of fun making these. And they're so quick, so easy, and they turn out really cute. So I decided, to do one for for Christmas. It's a Christmas themed journal. And so that's what I'm doing here, just preparing the panels, and then as a final touch, just kind of spraying on some of the espresso and then blotting where it's a little too much, I guess you could say. And then I let them dry. And they didn't take too awfully long to dry. They took a little bit of time to dry, but they did dry fairly quickly. So while they were drying, I looked for things to add to these panels. Looked through my stash and looked through online as well for some things to add. So here I'm just taking a black ink pad and going around the edges of these panels to darken the edges of the panels. And this ink pad, it's kind of crumbling because it's been used so much for this purpose on paper and cardstock and now on these cardboard panels. But, it still gets the job done. So, and right now, the backs are just bare, but I do go back and use black gesso on the backs of the panels. So here I find the different elements that I want to add to these panels, and I found these music notes that I sprayed with coffee to make them look more antique, and then I rolled the corners that would be showing so that they would be rolled. And I'm just using some extreme glue stick to glue everything down. And these different elements I found, like I said, in my stash, some different stamps, stickers, some music notes, and some of these pictures I found online. The Graphics Fairy website is where I got some of these images, and I cut them out to put on these panels to create these different pages for this little Christmas journal. But I really like the way that the journal turned out in the end. It turned out really cute. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just made it because I was, just feeling festive and in the mood, I guess, to do something Christmassy. And the music note on that first one, I actually singed the edges and burned them just to kind of give it a little bit more of a distressed kind of look to the music note, as well as spraying the page with coffee to give it that antique look. I also used the black ink pad to go around some of these pictures as well to darken the edges of the pictures so that they would just, be a little bit more darker around the edges, because these pictures I just printed them out on regular like cardstock. And so some of the edges, you could kind of see the white cardstock, and I wanted them to be darker. Like I was saying, I actually have created several of these journals, and I will post those videos at some time in the future. But I wanted to go ahead and get this one posted since it's a Christmas theme. I didn't want to wait too long to get this video put together and narrated and posted. But you can create these little journals with any theme, and you'll see some of the others that I created. I did like a little steampunk journal with this same technique, and a couple of other really cute journals. So here, once I got everything like glued down, I decided on where I wanted to punch my holes, and so I just kind of measured like 1 inch in from each end. And this is the one I decided would be my cover. So here I'm punching the holes in the cardboard, and then I'm using that as a template to mark the holes on the other panels and punch the holes on the other panels to match. And I had to use like the hand punch because the cardboard was too thick to get this into like my 3-hole punch in order to punch these, and it was almost kind of hard to do it with the little hand punch. I kind of had to force them into it to get the holes punched in these little cardboard pieces. And like I said a minute ago, the backs are just bare, but I do go back, and you'll see at the end I do like a little flip through the journal to show you the whole completed journal. You'll see that the backs I did go back and paint them black. So I get these little jump rings out, and I use those to bind the journal, and then I pull out my ribbon and my lace, and I measure out pieces to tie to each one of these jump rings. So that's what I'm doing here, and I just measured out the first one and then used that to cut 2 of each one that I wanted to add to this journal. So that's pretty much the journal here, and like I said at the end, I'll show you a quick flip through. And I created several more of these journals that I will post, at some time in the future, so you can see those that are completely different styles and whatnot and sizes. And I hope you guys like the video. If you do, you can hit the like button, or you can hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, or you can leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. I really enjoy doing these videos. I'm not affiliated with any products. I just like to let you know what I'm using, just in case you want to know what I'm using. And I like to do creative things and share them with all of you guys. So that's pretty much the little journal I created for Christmas, and I will show you the flip through here coming up. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.